How's it going, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I want to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Mark, Professional Alcoholic, Ryzen, Isaac London, Brendan Wells, Julian Hernandez, Robert Roll, Ronald Coyote, Elijah Moffat, Meme Review, Melly Mel, Alexander Vertinsky, Aiden Shelton, Kasicle, Rin Naru, Tenebris Narud, Oki, Alpha Nightmare 666, Cole Lowe, Ace Attorney Fan 621, Abigail Stemper, Ali Mocha, Scratch Addict, Tentacles, Scar X Scar, John Doe, Tyler B, ZK, Apprentice, Smite Me God, Megs Wild, Quinn Woods, Jaivan, Alec, The Names Do, Kleiner Toaster, Epic Binge Watcher, CTH, King Jester, Stated Whale, Ethan Paragoy, and Charlotte. And as always, I'd like to give a shout out to our executive producers, Bevan Brummett, Hades Belt, Tavon, and Alaskan Josh 98. Thank you all very much for your support. And if you want to become a Patreon supporter, click the link in the description to find out more. We'll see you there.
Tally-ho, lads!
Lightsaber time, baby.
Use the Force, young Padawan.
Oh my god!
Here we go, by God.
Yep, we got ourselves a...
Dead quick.
Glad I looked over and I clapped my hands to see, oh, we didn't have any audio in the beginning of this.
Dang
So
it. I picked up mouth tobacco at the gas station. I left it laying up on the counter.
Oh. Did you, did you pay for it?
I'll have to lay it on our counter.
Oh.
So yeah, it's here. It's just not with me.
I was going to say, do you want to just run up there and grab it?
I guess if you want to keep introing or something.
Okay. I'll intro while he grabs his, yeah, sit down your big old glazing of beer.
It's Yingling.
Oh, Yinlin?
Because they don't sell gas at the gas stations.
That sucks.
Yingling's the only lighter beer I know of that I can tolerate.
They should just sell full whiskey at gas stations already. Come on, man. It's 2022.
Liquor license is different from a beer license.
I know. I'm just bullshitting at this point. So yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Renegades React. Today is Monday. It is the 21st of March, and I received some good news today. Approximately 1 week from today, there will be a little bit of a change. Maybe. I guess we'll have to see. But as things are right now, very happy with how things have turned out with certain things. But I'm also very happy that, we aren't having audio issues or video issues or anything like that on this video, because Friday the 13th kill count recount on part 4 that we did last time, I'm sure you noticed, right in the middle, the reaction just cut to a new day and everything. And yeah, that's just how it went. But here we are with part 5, A New Beginning. And this one I remember hating so much. It's arguably probably my least favorite Friday the 13th. I don't say that. I don't use that term loosely. I try to mean it as I'm trying to be as forthright as possible with it. But I am Friday the 13th, A New Beginning marks the beginning of a new trilogy, but it's called A New Beginning, which is weird. It's the second half of a trilogy, the Tommy Jarvis trilogy. But again, the whole thing's weird. I mean, when I was watching these when I was younger, this one was never in the Joe Bob Briggs broadcast for Monster Vision, and I always wondered why. And then I found out why, and I'm just like, that's why.
Why is that?
You'll find out.
Okay.
So anyway,
so this is called A New Beginning.
But
he got his head basically hacked open in the previous one. So I'm guessing he gets killed again at the end of this one because isn't the next one Jason Lives?
You'll see. I'm not going to say anything else because...
Well, I mean, I've watched them before up to Jason Lives, and I never watched anything after that. Because the ones after that just sounded stupid to me. Plus, I will
say this.
With Jason Lives, I was like, that's what I came here to see, was like...
Seven
zombie
is...
Jason.
I think 7 is worth it because it's if Stephen King wrote a Friday the 13th.
Isn't that Jason Takes Manhattan?
No, that's 8.
Okay.
8 is...
What is 7?
7 is The New Blood, which is... Okay. Which is basically... it's if Stephen King wrote a Friday the 13th movie. It's also Frygay. It's also known as Frygay the 13th because of how many people who were in the cast and crew who were actually gay. It was like half of the cast and crew were.
I was wondering if it was going to be like the second Friday or Nightmare on Elm Street.
In some cases, maybe. Well, yeah, in some ways, yes. But Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. This one is one of my least favorite ones, and it's also one that is directed by a spicy content director. So there are some very uncomfortable scenes with some of the women in it, and it.
That's probably why it was never on.
Oh no! The Joe Bob Briggs one, like they were always censored and everything like that.
Okay.
But this one's just like you'll understand why it was never on Joe Bob Briggs' Monster Vision. But anyway, we got this here. Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, kill count, recount. Here we go.
I know I've seen this one, I just don't remember like jack shit about it. So
that's okay. This one's not worthy of remembering.
Welcome to the kill count.
Except for
the victims and
the
all
Tommy Jarvis in this one's actually pretty kick-ass. Like he's a different actor in the next one, and the next actor is the most memorable, but this one here is still pretty kick-ass.
Favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, released in 1985. A New Beginning is sometimes called the Halloween 3 of the Friday franchise, since this is the one without Jason as the killer. I mean, other than the first one, where he's an imaginary swamp boy. And other than Jason Goes to Hell, where he's like there, but also not really, mostly. As I emphasized in the last episode, Jason really did die at the end of the final chapter. He was a human man, and Tommy Jarvis killed him. The end. At least for human Jason Voorhees. A New Beginning was a chance to continue the money-making Friday the 13th saga with a new killer, who also wears a hockey mask and acts like Jason Voorhees. Joe Zito had ended Friday 4 with a menacing shot of Tommy Jarvis, so this 5th Friday catches up with him years later as he struggles with PJSD. Dude can't help but think of Jason day and frickin' night, so when vicious murders start happening around his new halfway home, he thinks the J-Man has somehow come back from the grave. But he wouldn't do that for realsies until the next film, so the killer in this one's just a guy. Which guy? Well, like the original Friday, A New Beginning's a whodunit with a mystery killer. And somehow, its ultimate reveal is even less satisfying than Unmet Mother of Drowny Boy. When I ranked the Friday films 4 years ago, I said that this was the worst one, and today it's in my top 3. That's demonstrative of how divisive this installment.
Really, James? This is in your top 3? Oh God.
When's the last time you watched it?
I would say like mid to late 2000s.
Yeah, maybe give it another shot.
Maybe so. Maybe I'll do my own ranking of the Friday the 13th films based on like watching them again here each. I don't know. We'll see.
Is. Some people hate that the killer's not really Jason, even though, like, come on, it's basically Jason. Other people, like past me, don't like its tone or grind. But now I recognize it for the dark comedy it is. This thing is less a Friday the 13th and more one of those weird low-budget slashers I've become kind of obsessed with over the years. Yeah, its script is formless garbage, but so were the first 4 Fridays, whatever. I like A New Beginning because it's something different for the franchise. Yes, it's still mostly kills and boobs. In fact, a lot of kills and a lot of boobs. While the final chapter was the horniest Friday, A New Beginning is the sleaziest. The women can hardly manage to keep their clothes on, and the camera lingers to take it all in like a filthy peeping Tom. This softcore aesthetic came from the late director Danny Steinman, who began his cinematic career with a porn called High Rise. Honestly, watching some of these scenes makes me feel kinda dirty, so I'm glad I've got Dr. Squatch to take my shower game to the next level. Dr. Squatch has got these soap bars that are just like
nice tie-in, James. Nice advertising.
Different
okay, that transition to the ad, I gotta give James massive credit on that.
He always does pretty good with those.
He does, but like honestly, I didn't expect it. I legit was like caught off guard. I'm like, yeah, there's a Friday the 13th movie, and it will probably get demonetized. Much like how ours have been like had the monetization taken away. But hey, that's just how it goes.
To choose from. I've been enjoying the bright piney cedar
We
citrus
actually don't-
Okay.
tropical bay rum.
See, the way he's holding it right there, halfway out of the package,
Yeah.
I guarantee you they told him to hold it like that, because what does your brain immediately think about the size of that soap bar?
It's full size.
rectangular,
Yeah,
right?
but instead it's a big square.
Yeah, it's only the size of that package.
Also,
And I've heard some people
also-
complain because they're like, the size of the soap is actually just like disappointingly small for how much you pay for it.
Well, also I guarantee you they wanted to show off the name of it.
Yeah,
As
but
well.
more than anything, I think they want it held that way to
Well, I guarantee.
hide
Well,
how
I don't
much
know.
you actually get.
But I can guarantee you when they told him, yeah, we want you to show off the name of it and Dr. Squatch on the front. Well,
I thought about trying it until I saw too many comments that basically said that it's really small for what you get.
Well, again, it's basically herbal. It's like all natural stuff versus the chemical shit that you get in like Suave or Dove or.
Well, I heard someone else
Irish
explaining too that like the detergents and stuff that they talk about in soaps, they're like, you can't really have soap without it being basically that. That's what soap is.
Well, yes, but at the same time, it's just like when the natural foaming stuff that they used to use for shaves back in the day. You see, nowadays everything's glycerin based. Everything's glycerin based, and that shit can actually like damage your skin over time. Whereas the natural foaming cleansers back in the day were a lot better, but they didn't foam up to be like, you know, the big old, like almost like you had a Santa beard when you put them on. Instead, this was like a very light, very thin, like foam that built up on your face.
That's why the one thing I will get behind that I have actually like that I've tried out of all these ads so far is the Dollar Shave Club stuff.
Yes.
Because their shave butter is not like the poof, like it's like, you know,
It's a naturally
it's what
foaming.
it sounds like. It's just
Yeah.
basically a it doesn't even really foam. It's just basically a lubrication for the razor blade to go across your beard hairs
Yeah.
with, and like it's pretty soothing to use, honestly.
It's like a face balm almost.
Yeah.
Like
Not to mention you can see what you're shaving as you shave.
Yes.
Like as opposed to having all your hair covered up. Like so if you want to shave just specific parts of your beard and shape it, like it's a lot more useful.
By the way, here soon I'm
I'm not sponsored by Dollar Shave Club, but we could
Could
be.
be.
I
Your
like
move
your
Dollar
stuff.
Shave
Your
Club.
face cleanser is like the most refreshing thing I've ever tried.
By the way, I am going to be shaving and like my face and my head here soon for a stream, so y'all stay tuned for that. Anyway.
And the deep sea goat's milk, which I know, weird name, but that one might just be my favorite. Plus, with their equally great smelling shampoo and conditioner, I can have a whole
Ooh,
dang
shower
squash
jams.
party in the shop. Dr. Squash uses simple ingredients,
Hell
so
yeah.
you know what you're rubbing on your bod. Their truly natural products will leave you feeling safe and smelling good, which Jason would surely appreciate if he ever got his hands on you. He's always moving his kills around. It'd be nice if they smelled good, you know? Right now, new customers can get 20% off on orders of $20 or more. Just use my code DSCDeadMeat and click the link in the
Maybe.
description below. Clean
What do
and
you
good smelling, a new beginning is not.
20%
And in
off?
addition to all the TNA, there's also heaps of casual hard drug use. That too came from director Danny Steinman, who reportedly used cocaine throughout production. These set stories, I tell ya. Because Steinman was so coked up and focused on boobs, he basically ignored the actors and let them do whatever they wanted.
He just said, just do it. So from that moment on, and that was about, I think, the second or third day of filming. So at that moment, I said, okay, you're really on your own here.
This results in a non-stop parade of amazing and memorable characters. You want a dirty old lady who cusses everyone out?
The next little bastard comes near my farm, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out. You hear me?
You got it. You
She
want
was
the hero-
okay. She was the best character. I will say this in terms of memorability, she was the best character. It's just again, this script is just hot garbage.
Crystal Lake to seem like he runs an Atlantic City casino?
This is a small town, man. And small towns are supposed to be safe.
You got it. You want Miguel A. Nunez Jr. looking like Michael Jackson and getting diarrhea?
Them damn enchiladas.
You got it. I
remember that part.
Yeah.
Many more are
That okay. Again, there's characters in this that are more memorable.
Yeah.
I will give credit to this part in that. But again, there's just so much about it that I don't know. I guess maybe James is right in looking at it like a dark comedy instead of watching it like a pure slasher. Yeah, we'll see.
Way more diverse and interesting than the sexy teens from the first 4 films. That's probably why so many of them wound up in the top 10 of the minor Friday characters ranking we did on Chelsea's Dead Meat podcast. It's their bizarre actions and hilarious line readings that make A New Beginning so entertaining. They give the movie character. They give the movie life. Of course, even if it's not really Jason, there's also someone giving the movie death. Let's find out who and just how much and get to the kills. The movie begins in the pouring rain with a wet banana walking around in rain boots. It's Tommy freaking Jarvis, played by Corey the Fell Dog Feldman. He wanted to reprise the character for all of Friday 5, but was too busy filming The Goonies. His schedule was so tight they had to shoot this on a single Sunday in Feldman's neighbor's backyard, using a hose hooked up to a sprinkler valve to simulate rain. Tommy's checking that Jason Voorhees is still tucked in nice and tight when he has to hide from 2 doofuses rolling up with a couple of shovels. These bucket-hatted bros are here to dig up Jason, a very laughy, hollerous affair. Motherfucker said yeehaw. They finally dig up old Worm Eyes, who, holy shit, was buried with a machete. His final wish. Jason lodges the blade deep into this Neil guy's gut to give us the first kill of the film. Jason then stabs the other dude, Les, in the neck with a screwdriver, felling another fool before he even gets out of the grave. J-Man retrieves his #1 favorite weapon as Tommy stands there literally shaking in his boots. In slow motion, Jason brings down the machete to turn Tommy Jarvis into a sweaty hot guy. Yeah, that opening was just a nightmare, but I'll leave Neil and Les on the count. They're kills in the sense that they're dudes getting killed in a Friday film, you know? They were dream characters in a dream world, dying a dream death. I don't know, it feels right to include them.
I would make their little counter, like,
dream counter
stick guys at the end, like, make them, like, kind of Ripley and shimmery or something. Yeah.
Opening credits, we catch up with a 17-year-old Tommy Jarvis, placing this film in a fictional 1989. The Friday timeline is so weird, I botched it in the last episode. Parts 2, 3, and 4 take place over like a week, not just a weekend. If enough people want, maybe I'll make a timeline video one day. Who knows? Tommy has spent the past 5 years at a state-run psychiatric ward, but today he's moving to a halfway home called Pinehurst. Pinehurst is run by Matthew Letter, the latest in a line of generic leader guys, like Steve Christie and Paul Holt. Matthew's second in command is Pam Roberts, who loves bottom lash mascara and saying her name.
My name is Pam Roberts.
They tell the silent Tommy that Pinehurst is way chiller than the state ward.
What you're really doing here, Tommy, is preparing yourself to re-enter society and start a new life.
And if you're real good, Tommy, maybe Matt will give you a fedora to wear. While reminiscing about his family and unpacking his clothes, Tommy runs into Reggie the Reckless, a fantastic little sidekick dude whose dialogue is hilarious.
Man, you are one scared cat.
Somehow, 13-year-old actor Shavar Malik Ross makes it work. He's just that naturally charming.
A lot of screaming, and hey, he's got to get off the set. We ain't got too much time, he's got to go to school.
Ross played Gary Coleman's best friend Dudley on Different Strokes, and his parents allowed him to do Friday as long as he didn't have to swear.
Freaking A!
Reggie stresses to Tommy that he's not a halfway home kid. He's only here because his Gramps George works as the place's cook. The two of them clearly care about each other, and I love their relationship.
Do me a favor. Don't kiss me when there's people around, okay?
Okay, that's cool.
After bonding over Tommy's homemade masks, Reggie's pulled away to some commotion outside.
Oh, gotta split. Catch you later, there's action.
The Popos are here with 2 of Matthew Letter's kids, Tina and Eddie, who were caught nearby fucking in the woods. Sheriff Tucker don't really give a damn, but someone certainly does. The best character in this movie, who just rolled in piggyback style on her big dumb son.
Morning, Ethel. Hi, don't you look lovely today?
Poor shit.
Ethel is a dirty little firecracker of profanity.
Would you shut the fuck up?
It's if Rhea Perlman was born in Southwest Virginia.
And she hates the horned-up teens she keeps finding on her property. She threatens to kill them if they trespass again, and she's so crazy she probably means it.
Don't you come near me, Sheriff, I warn you. I got a bomb on me.
Holy Jesus goddamn. That is my favorite line delivery
I got
ever.
a bomb on me.
The look on her face as she's coming up with the idea, the unsure utterance,
I got a bomb on me.
and the split-second decision to follow through and commit. Fuck, Ethel's the best. A round of applause. For
She
Ethel.
really comes off like an actual backwoods meth head.
Yeah, it does. I mean, honestly. I think I've ran into a couple of Ethels back
I got
here.
a bomb on me, like most cops, like, you know, you think would, like, knock you out and arrest you immediately for saying that, but they just know, Like, they've been to your house 82 times already because you're a fucking meth head.
And they're just like, it's like, she won't learn anything.
They called your house every other night, so they know you, and they know you ain't got a damn bomb on you, and they're just like, all right, Ethel, you need to go home, go to bed.
All right, Ethel, pack shit up, get out of here. Skedaddle.
California is a pretty chill place, even if it kind of looks like a Casey Frey video sometimes. Good place to chop firewood, right, Vic? Oh, hey, Vic, I think we're good on firewood, man. Who is this guy, the dad from Bewitched? Old Chocolate Fingers there is a chap named Joey, and since he's a big fuck-up who makes the sheets look like someone pooped the bed, the other kids don't get along with him well. Not even when he offers them chocolate. I hate it. You hate chocolate, Vic? Oh shit, you hate chocolate! And for attacking him with that chocolate bar, Vic kills Joey by axing him in the back. Holy shit! Bring in the screams and the naked gun siren.
He's right, it is the naked gun siren.
While Joey's bloody body is tended to by a pair of paramedics, one of whom, Duke, don't give a damn about the dead.
Bunch of pussies.
The other one, Roy Burns, hey, don't look away, you look here when I'm talking to you. He seems pretty upset. Joey's death has got Roy Burns so bothered, he looks at the camera and challenges it to a staring contest. Oh shit, I think he's winning. Yeah, camera.
He won.
Now it's time for one of those scenes with complete fucking randos. Pete and Vinny are two greasers with car troubles and, dare I say, relationship problems?
You are an asshole.
The characters weren't intentionally written or played to be gay.
I hadn't made that choice, but who knows where it went with Pete and where it would have gone, you know, if they could have lived a little longer.
But, I mean, Pete looks like the leather daddy on the poster for Kenneth Anger's Scorpio Rising. It just seems like these two are in love.
I gotta take a crap. Crap my ass!
Yeah, crap my ass! While Pete's crapping his ass, someone appears with a road flare and kills Vinny by sticking— oh, come on, that's not even suggestive. That's just blatant innuendo. Pete returns and walks past his dead boyfriend, so eager to sing this song he's been working on.
Same start, man. Fucked up again and ain't starting. I'm gonna kick your ass, kick your ass. Come on now. Come on, everybody, same starting.
It's moments like this that make it obvious the director just turned on the camera and said go. These poor actors had to do everything themselves.
Two each. Alright, and we're off.
No one wrote that. Pete is killed with a throat slit, though the blood is cropped out with a camera zoom. At least we get to see him fall onto the steering wheel. Honk! Tommy has sweaty flashbacks to that time he told Jason to die. His hallucinations are getting so bad, dude can't even take a minute to admire himself in the mirror. And you should be Myron, brah. He puts on a shirt and joins the others for breakfast, and I've gotta say, I like the portrayal of the Pinehurst kids. None of them are played too over the top. They seem like at-risk teens who have some issues and maybe can't control their emotions right. I also like Matthew Letter, who's surprisingly empathetic and kind. They all make these scenes more interesting than those in the first 4 films, where the only topic of conversation was putting the P in the V. Tommy's probably the single most—
yeah, okay. The more he's talking about this, the more I'm starting to remember, yeah, like there's more like depth to these characters, and maybe that's from the fact that the director really didn't give a shit about the script. He was just like, just go. And they all probably developed these characters themselves when they told them, you know, what they.
So they all basically feel natural, probably. Yeah,
and maybe that's why it worked so well. I mean, all of them probably studied like what at-risk youth and, you know, because that's when actors who like are there to be serious about their work, you know, like Chuck, when he showed up early. He had 3 suits on him just in case one got one of his, he had 3 suits. He was already dressed in one and he had 2 backups. And then not only that, but he knew the script back to front. He knew the script so well, he actually helped me out a little bit with it, and I wrote the damn thing.
It's impressive.
Well, again, the dude is just dedicated. And me, I'm just like, I gotta step my game up next time. I mean, it's just, there was so much going on, I kind of got lost. I was like, you know what? I think I know the script well enough. No. Stop it, Nate. Read the script. Read the script more. You wrote the damn thing. You might as well know how to say the shit. And
Most disturbed person here. Just ask Eddie, who he, by God, straight up suplexes through that table. Oh my God! Stone Cold pummels him. Like humanity, can we get an official out here? 17-year-old Tommy Jarvis was played by 24-year-old John Shepard, a young Christian man who auditioned for the film when it went by its code name Repetition. Shepard and some other actors didn't know this was a Friday the 13th until after they got cast. I've heard this was done so they couldn't ask for higher rates, but producer Tim Silver denies that. Despite some hesitation due to the franchise's reputation, Shepard took the role and took it seriously. Dude volunteered at the Camarillo State Mental Hospital for months as research and visited creature shops and comic book stores to get into character. On set, he went method and stayed in character all the time, eschewing the party lifestyle of some of his co-stars and director Danny Steinman. He may be the least lauded Tommy Jarvis actor, but I really like his intensity. The dead greasers are found by a flummoxed Sheriff Tucker.
What the hell's going on here? You talking to me, Sheriff?
No, Roy Burns. He was talking about the murders happening.
I thought you was talking to me.
Not unless you were the murderer. Speaking of murder, let's get some more kills on the count. Kills get me so pumped, I could spin a fucking charger in a complete circle. Driving that Dodge is a guy named Billy. We saw him earlier, dropping Tommy off at Pinehurst and making lewd gestures towards Pam, because he loves a woman who loves to say her name.
My name is Pam Roberts.
Billy's played by Bob DeSimone, who had been in director Steinman's previous film Savage Streets, a rape revenge flick with Linda Blair and Linnea Quigley. Savage Streets is what got Steinman Friday 5 after it was seen by Phil Scuderi, the Friday franchise's Boston-based moneybacker. Billy just pulled up screaming for Lana.
Lana!
Because that's this waitress he wants to bang.
I would like Lana to go with nothing on.
Again, unique acting choices make these characters fun to watch. Yeah! Sitting there sounding like a Mario brother. It's me, Billio. Lana's great too. Of course she has to get topless, but she does it in a cute, silly way.
It's showtime!
Even better, it was actor Rebecca Woods' idea, since she had recently watched All That Jazz.
I said, what if I did something really cute and sexy like, it's showtime? And he's like, I love it.
These two are ridiculous. But sadly, all good things must come to an end. But not before Billy takes a bump of what was actually baby laxative in real life. DeSimone says he was probably the only one not snorting real cocaine on set that night. Billy opens his car door to yell for Lana again, and that's when someone swings an axe into a dummy's head. They had to pluck the dummy's hair to match DeSimone's bald spot, and you know, it doesn't look great. Lana comes outside and is ready to go solo skiing when she sees what became of her lover boy Billy. She too is killed when an axe swings into her gut off screen. At least she gets this dramatic ass death pose, looking like a painting before that fade out. I'ma rush past Tommy's next hallucination and that scene with the mayor of Crystal Lake.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Nah man, you just don't impact the story at all. And you're not a teen who's gonna get naked and die. Eddie and Tina, on the other hand, they are riled up to get naked and die. They flee he into the woods for the most gratuitous scene in the film. One that Danny Steinman was no doubt eager to shoot.
I remember this, like, there was an actual I think a casting gaffe with this one. There was a girl who was supposed to be in this one. She was already cast as the girl in this scene, but the director fired her because her tits weren't big enough.
Damn.
That's fucked, dude. That's fucked.
Everybody was cast because of the size of their tits. It was like a porn film in a lot of ways.
Originally, actor Darcy DeMoss was cast after a skeezy audition.
No way!
I went in for my audition, and Danny Steinman, the director, asked me to lift my top up and show my breasts, and I wasn't prepared for that at all. So I said, I have no problem with nudity, but you need to contact my agent.
She said Steinman then asked her to dinner, and shortly after saying no, she was replaced.
The next day, I didn't have a part.
Jesus!
And the excuse was that I wasn't well enough endowed.
DeMoss would go on to be in Friday 6, while Tina would be played by a well-endowed actor with a relevant surname.
As soon as they saw my last name, Voorhees, they said, we absolutely have to interview this woman.
Nice.
Deborah Sue Voorhees, a former Playboy bunny, later became a teacher and was fired from 2 high schools because of the nudity in this film. Recently, she made
that's bullshit.
Dude,
if she did it earlier in life, what the fuck, man?
Like, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. Like, come on, man. That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
13 Fanboy that'll be out in October. It features lots of horror actors, including Kane Hodder. This sex scene was shot on the first day of production, and the footage that came from it was extensive and explicit.
Some people knew that I had shot a pornographic film.
Nothing actually hardcore, but Steinman directed it as though it were.
In the background, off screen, is Danny Steinman, the director, yelling, "Come on, fuck her harder. Come on, grab her tits, grab her pussy, grab her ass." And I'm sitting there like dying, and I'm not a prudish guy.
This made producers like Frank Mancuso apprehensive about Steinman, a sentiment shared by many others on set. It's worth noting, though, that Debbie Sue Voorhees herself said Steinman was protective and sweet to her, and she never had any problems with him.
Probably because, you know, she showed off her goods no problem, and also she was well endowed enough to be, you know, appreciated by him. That's...
Tina and Eddie are spied upon by Raymond, aka the Dirty Man. Dirty Man is another rando who earlier showed up at Ethel's door. She didn't like it.
Who the fuck are you? What the fuck do you want?
God damn, that woman's amazing. Go on and hit us with another classic, E.
You big dildo. Eat your fucking slop.
You serve it and I'll eat it. Anyway, back to Dirty
Her and her
Man.
husband
Dirty
give me
Man
like
gets killed
kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 vibes.
Yeah, kind of. Again, I think maybe that's what they were trying to go for, where, you know, you remember the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre was like super serious.
Yeah, the second one's basically a dark comedy.
Yeah, the second one was goofy as hell. Maybe that's what they were trying to do here. And, you know, retrospectively, maybe they did it better than Texas Chainsaw 2.
I really like Texas
Womp womp.
Chainsaw
Eddie
2.
must be a sprinter, not a marathon man, because these two are already done and he leaves to go wash up.
Come
The
on,
camera
man.
then proceeds to leer at Tina's naked body from as many angles as it possibly can. Sure, from all the way back there too. Why not? Finally, Tina's killed with a pair of garden shears going into her face. Classic kill right there. And it looks gnarly when Eddie finds her shortly thereafter. Shooting this death was uncomfortable for the real Voorhees on set. The fake blood filling the thin mask on her face seeped into her eyes and burned them. This was at the end of a 13-hour shoot day where she had to be led around naked in a robe, unable to see because of the makeup effects. Eddie backs up into a tree where he's killed with a belt that wraps his head against it. It's tightened with a stick so many times it goes both ways with the rotation, which doesn't make sense, but does make for one memorable kick-ass kill.
Yeah.
I couldn't find detailed info about A New Beginning's makeup effects, but I know the MPAA went hard on this movie, putting it through 9 rounds of content cuts. A lot of kills left their most intense shots on the cutting room floor. The frequency of kills was a studio suggestion to director Steinman, but he was more interested in flesh than blood.
My death scene was so gory with the blood being pumped through the strap that they were able to use that as a bargaining tool with the censors, and they were able to get more nudity.
That night, Pam...
Wow. Able to get more nudity from removing more violence. Again, it
takes Tommy with her when she drives Reggie to see his brother Demon.
MPAA is a joke.
but get your ass in here, boy! Demon is the freaking best, and he's played by Miguel A. Nunez Jr., character actor in many, many films, including Return of the Living Dead. He was also in Leprechaun 4.
I thought he looked familiar as shit from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miguel A.
I was
Nunez
gonna say, like, he reminds me of the
awesome.
dude in Return of the Living Dead.
He
That's
was
because he
also-
fucking is.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's been in a lot of films that a lot of people recognize, and like if they see his face, they're like, "Oh shit!" And I think that's he's underappreciated in that regard. I think a lot of people should pay respects to Miguel A. Nunez more.
Yeah, definitely been in some boss ass films from what I've seen.
Absolutely, man.
Nunez, a horror fan, provided his own wardrobe, hairstyling, and makeup, which happened a lot for this movie, a result of the low budget and the director's indifference towards things that weren't boobs. The actors who went the extra mile did so because they cared, and that care shines through in this wonderful scene. I like the part where Reggie fronts like Pam is his lady. Demon introduces his girlfriend, Anita, and informs Pam of his extensive takeout menu.
You want a taco? Egg roll? What about a slice of
No,
pizza?
thank you.
Cheese and sausage?
Nearby, Tommy runs into Ethel's big dumb son, Junior, who stupidly picks a fight with this straight-up back alley brawler. Look at that takedown. Holy shit, dude. Tommy Jarvis kicks so much ass. He kicks so much ass, he can't even handle it. And Pam has to take Reggie away from Demon to go after him. It's okay, kid. You wouldn't want to be around your brother right now anyway. He's got the bubble guts.
Damn enchiladas!
Well, then you can go them leather-bound butt cheeks to the outhouse. Thus begins my favorite pooping scene in cinematic history.
This was awesome. I love this. This scene in Friday, like when I first saw it, I couldn't help but just be like, "Oh, damn."
I just love the way James just said that.
My favorite
Because my favorite pooping scene in cinematic history.
And that's saying something because there's some dimes out there.
It's got a duet.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby. The song wasn't in the script, it was ad-libbed by Nunez. And if you're as obsessed with it as I am, make sure you check out the remix, Disco Enchilada. I don't know who made it, but man, the video goes places. After way too few verses of their song, these poop stars get killed. Demon finds Anita with her neck slit and her pulse strangely active for a dead person. And though he tries to avoid his own death, he gets stabbed with a spear that goes through his back. And then he dies. I said he dies. Come on, Miguel. This reel's about to run out, dude. Just die. Thank you. Pam gets back to Pinehurst to find
he
a bunch of
lasted a disappointingly short amount of time.
Yeah. But again, memorable. I mean, that's the one thing I will say about the Friday characters. Like, they're not around for long, but if they're memorable, they stick with you. Like, it's just like the wheelchair guy from Friday. Is it Friday 3 that he's in? Or no, it's Friday 2.
It was like 2 or 3.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that actor who was in the wheelchair, I remember from us watching it, he actually was gay, and he actually contracted AIDS and passed away, which sucks, but hey, at least we remember him, and at least they were going to put him in the Friday the 13th game, but then, the whole kerfuffle happened with the video game, which, that still sucks.
Matthew Letter left to find Tina and Eddie, and Gramps is nowhere to be found. With Tommy still MIA, Pam goes to look for him some more, leaving these kids unattended and vulnerable to wild vertigo zollies. Over at the dildo slop, Scatho fixes up a batch of stew, while Junior drives around, snot-nosed screaming about how Tommy beat him up. Dude drives his dirt bike in circles and over the porch multiple times until a cleaver swings out and decapitates him. I don't love the fake head they used for this kill, which originally bounced on the ground a few more times until the MPAA said to cut it. With Junior dead, sadly, that means it's time for Ethel to go.
About time, you fuckwad.
Ha, at least she'll die the same way she lived. Vulgar. Ethel gets a cleaver to her face through the window. She goes out crushing a tomato and taking a dunk into her stew. Why these movies hate produce, dog? Also, wait, I'm sorry, is that a radicchio stew with zucchini or something? What the fuck? Ethel was played by Carol Locatel. She didn't like horror movies, but found the script funny and decided it would be a good time. She, like many other cast members, improvised a lot of her lines.
Lots of swear words came out.
She also provided her own wig, which she had from her role in Sharky's Machine.
You fucking lowlife creep.
And did her own makeup by rubbing her face with dirt from the side of the road. As if all that wasn't awesome enough, she's also appeared in an episode of Mad Men.
Sorry to interrupt.
Hey.
Mr. Draper, you have an emergency call.
I love this dang woman.
I did my first nude scene for Danny.
Sorry,
I didn't. I just had to say that.
Since Pam left Pinehurst unattended, this Jake guy decides to make a move. He's a shy guy with a stutter, so it takes a lot of courage for him to tell this redhead Robin he wants to get with her.
I want to make love with you.
Way to put yourself out there, man. Hope she goes for it. Or she could just be needlessly cruel. Sorry, Jake. He goes upstairs and has a subtle cry, then gets killed by a cleaver going into his face off screen. Robin goes to her room so she can walk around topless for a good long while. She's played by Juliette Cummins, who's been in a few horror movies. We saw her in Slumber Party Massacre 2, that masterpiece, and we'll see her in Psycho 3 whenever I get around to doing those. Cummins had originally agreed to do one quick shot of nudity lit up by a lightning flash, but on set the night of shooting this scene, Steinman asked her to go topless. Unable to call her agent, she agreed to do it on her own, but she shouldn't have been put in that awkward position. She climbs in bed and discovers Jake's dead, then her sheets turn red as she's stabbed from below. This is a Diet Baconator kill, the least graphic of this franchise's various stabbings from below a bed. Like all the other kills in part 5,
That'll get the dull machete, I'm sure.
Huh?
That'll get the dull machete, I bet.
Originally had more gore. The MPAA really kind of neutered this franchise, especially starting with this installment. The last still living kid at Pinehurst is this chick named Violet. She's dope and dances around to a song that's just as friggin' awesome. That That song, by Australian new wave band Pseudo Echo, was brought to set by Violet's actor Tiffany Helm. Like many others, Helm provided her own styling and wardrobe, with makeup inspired by Susie Sue.
It was very hands-on, and it was very much a part of bringing the character to life.
She also admits she mostly partied during production. She even went to the opening night premiere while tripping on acid. Having studied dance and mimery, Helm came up with this dance herself. It goes on for so long, and yet not long enough, for she is accosted and slammed against the wall before being killed with a stab to the gut. Looks like this Violet's been picked. I've always thought
That's the character that when I originally watched the movie,
pillow.
which I'll say when I originally watched the movie, I was much closer to her age, but I was like, that's the character I'm sad about dying because I thought she was cute.
Well, her style was amazing.
Yeah.
And also her taste in music and dance style was actually pretty cool. I mean, but again, man, I just hate that. That's how it goes. But
stuffed inside a shirt. Turns out that's because it replaces her original death, a stab to her nether regions that was deemed too graphic.
I remember hearing about it.
Glad they didn't do that to her. She didn't deserve that.
I don't remember if they actually shot the footage. I would have been pretty difficult to look at.
Reggie wakes up from a couch nap and goes upstairs to discover something nude and nasty. A pile of dead folks. Oh, and what is this now?
What is it, Reggie? It's Pam.
Just Pam saying her name again. You ever notice how aggro Pam gets towards Reggie here?
What's the matter? It's me. What is it? What is it?
Damn lady, why you pissed off at this kid? She ain't even got no sympathy for him when he falls while they're running. Dear God, so much is happening right now! It's Jason Voorhees! Or is it Tommy Jarvis? After all, we did see Tej hide a knife under his mattress earlier, and those dead bodies were in his bedroom, and the guy isn't exactly a stranger to violence. Doesn't matter who it is, Reggie and Pam quickly GTFO. It's pouring rain outside, but at least Pam's got that pink sweater over her white shirt. Oh, wait, now she doesn't. Could've sworn I saw pink. Oh, wait, what the fuck? It's back now, y'all. Pam, keep a hold of your clothes. They're expensive. They find an ambulance and open it to find Duke dead. Oh my God, not Duke! Wait, who's Duke? Duke was that paramedic who blew bubblegum and laughed about Joey's body. See that gum in his mouth there? Also, see the fake blood getting washed away by the rain? Ugh, I prefer things to seem real. Like a real
that might get the dull machete too. I don't know. Could it be that one? Or
there's
stab
several.
from below.
There's several that again. Maybe that's why I didn't like it because in some ways some of the kills looked pretty cool, but there were others that were just so like not like they didn't have the impact like the others did, and
washed away by the rain.
For one thing, if you're gonna have people discover a corpse you haven't even seen killed, it should be of a character that people actually would immediately be like, "Oh, that guy." You know?
Oh, for me,
because he was like, "Who's Duke?" Like, remember he was that guy. It's like, yeah, 'cause a lot of people probably forgot.
For me, it'd be the head camp counselor, like the head dude. I would find here, like you'd find him, and his eyes would be wide open. You'd recognize the scar on his cheek.
Someone not necessarily like a main character, but someone you've seen before for sure, like more memorable than just the random paramedic guy chewing the gum.
Yeah, at the very beginning of the film.
I prefer things to seem real, like a real ear-splitting scream. I said a real ear-splitting scream. Reggie's like, oh, this takes
I knew he was going to do that meme when he said that.
A real
perfection.
Perfection. It's the zip up, dude. I mean, it's the same thing that Magneto was wearing in First Class. Perfection.
Leaving Pam behind with nothing but her pink sweater. And that's not even there in half the shots. She wetly stumbles upon another kill. Matthew Letter, who's been stabbed in the head with a railroad spike. Not a knife, a railroad spike. Are y'all happy now? A dead body discovery means Pam's on that final girl circuit-ish. So you know she's got to have a body flung at her through the window. It's Gramps. He's missing his eyeballs.
Oh, no.
If no one's going around collecting eyeballs, that'd be weird. Pam runs chest first out into the rain again, where she does her best being a forgettable final girl against this faux Jason. Seriously, Pam, get off the ground. You've been crawling around there for like 3 minutes now. Just get the fuck up and run. Unsurprisingly, this sequence happened because of director Steinman, who liked when actor Melanie Kinnaman slipped in the mud on accident. He told her to roll around in it after they, quote, hosed her down again. Kinnaman did not sound like she had a great time on set, partly because she wasn't expecting to wear such a revealing outfit for this final act. Reggie comes to her rescue with a front-end loader, which sends the hockey-masked man through the air into the ground. Good stuff, though I doubt Shavar Ross really drove the tractor.
I drove the tractor!
Okay, that wasn't...
I drove the tractor! Also, I love that he goes for the Mr. T energy here.
He drove the tractor.
I drove the tractor!
I pity the fool who think I didn't drove the tractor.
Exactly. You beat me to it. Oh, God. Okay.
Okay, dude, my bad. That wasn't enough for a grand finale, though, and things wind up in a barn just like in part 3. This third act is when the movie descends into Friday cliches, which doesn't work because it's not a good horror movie. Some individual shots are cool, but there's too much lighting and it's too flat to have a good scary mood. Pam earns some respect when she busts out of a shack and goes on the offense with a chainsaw. On guard! But thing runs out of gas before she can finish the deed. Tommy Jarvis finally shows up again, reminding me that, oh yeah, he's a character in this film. I hate that they half-assedly made him out to be a suspect for the kills. It causes him to largely disappear for the second half of the movie. Even worse is that he's no longer kicking ass. Though we've seen him bust a fool, he's taken down here pretty quickly, just barely escaping to move the action upstairs into the loft of the barn. There he, takes a nap in the hay? As the killer and Pam do a little dance by the window. Reggie leaps to knock him down and out, but the guy hangs on long enough to try to take the kid with him. That's when Tommy stirs back to life and saves the day with a machete swipe. The killer falls down and onto a bed of spiky tractor parts, and his mask peels away to reveal, holy shit, it's Roy Byrne!
Yep. Not Jason. So that was the other thing that I remember.
It would be annoying as a fan of like Jason to be like, oh, come on, really?
Yeah.
Like this whole movie's been because of one asshole pretending to be him.
That was the reason why this was not included on Joe Bob Briggs' Monster Mania. Because he emphasized, like, he was like, Jason Voorhees, one of the greatest serial killers in cinematic history. That's not Jason Voorhees. So that's why it was never included.
Well, it's Monster Mania, and this dude's just a dude. It's just a serial killer, you know? Like,
yeah.
So if he's including just monsters in his Monster Mania, it definitely wouldn't really make sense to include him, unless he was also including movies like Psycho and, you know, Silence of the Lambs and stuff like that.
Well, he did. I remember the Gremlins marathon that he did. He did both of the Gremlin films back to back.
Well, they have monsters in them.
Oh yeah, yeah, so. And also. I remember he did Nightmare on Elm Street.
You could consider Freddy a monster because he's an undead, like
he's an undead dream demon.
Yeah, undead dream demon, even though he used to be a man.
Yeah, and again, he also brought up a bunch of like obscure ones. There was one called Skeeter. It was literally like a bunch of mutated like flies, like mosquitoes. It was actually. And there was some pretty gory stuff in that, and they got away with showing quite a bit of it on TNT.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, and it's absolutely horrible. I thought it was hilariously bad, but oh well.
Wow! That twist is unexpected, and yet so satisfying. To explain what happened to all the viewers, who are undoubtedly whispering, what the fuck right now, we get our traditional wrap-up scene in the hospital. There, Sheriff Tucker tells Pam what's up. Roy Burns, who keeps pictures of himself in his own wallet, was father to Joey, the kid who got axed by Vic at Pinehurst. Incensed about Joey's murder, Roy used Jason's MO to go on a killing spree, though he notably never killed the guy who actually killed his son. That's not the only part that doesn't make sense either. When Joey died, Matthew Letter said the kid never knew his father.
I don't know what the hell happened to the father. Took off somewhere.
Okay, so how's Roy got an up-to-date picture of Joey in his wallet then? Also,
the kid got shuffled around from home to home till he came here.
So Joey was abandoned as a child and eventually wound up in a halfway home in the same town his estranged father worked as a paramedic? I love how these movies try to do twists and cool continuity connections, but the scripts are never smart enough for them to fully work. Like, Like, remember a few minutes ago when not Jason busted through that door? You're telling me this guy did that? Get the fuck out of here. Right. Throughout the film, not Jason was played by stunt performer Tom Morga, even though he didn't resemble Roy's actor Dick Wyatt one bit. Morga modeled his performance after Jason, not Roy, and played the actual Jason, kinda, in the visions Tommy had. Morga also played Leatherface in the kick-ass bridge scene in Texas Chainsaw 2, and played Michael Myers in Halloween 4, when we saw him wrapped in gauze at the gas station.
Oh.
This dude has played basic, in which he wouldn't be able to play Freddy Krueger because it was always Robert Englund.
Right. But he's almost played like the big four.
Yeah.
Like, from...
Dude, think about that. Mike Myers.
So he's done kind of Jason, he's done Michael Myers, and he's done Leatherface. Like, yeah.
Dude.
If he had a Freddy Krueger part, then he would have
had
the big four under
for Robert Englund.
Yeah, right? Like at least a stunt performer, like where he got thrown off of something at some point or something like that.
Yeah, or did like a leap
or set on fire, like one of the scenes where he set on fire.
Dude, it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Like imagine that. Like that's like a stuntman's like holy quattro.
Right.
Like that's like the holy four.
Like that dude would instantly be my favorite stuntman of all time.
Yeah.
Because I would just be like, the dude literally played like fucking all of the biggest like serial killers in like movies.
Yeah.
Horror movies, like slasher films.
The greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway. Sorry.
Like literally, like the only thing you would like hope that he would manage to get on board for after that is like one of the Scream films.
Oh yeah. Like, oh hell yeah! If he could play Ghostface.
Yeah.
Dude.
Maybe Pinhead at some point if Pinhead ever did stunts.
Oh, I'd love that. Hey, back to this. Let's finish this up.
He was friends with the New Beginning stunt coordinator, our man Dick Warlock. Halloween 2's Michael Myers. They had fun on set.
I turned around and mooned him, and he's laughing underneath the mask, trying to not do this, you know.
Just say if it's a closed set and y'all are the only ones on set with the camera crew, and it's just like, hey, watch this. Hey, check it out. And you just see Jason Voorhees like crack up off to the side and go off camera. All of a sudden you just hear Jason Voorhees goes, Dick, you're a fucking asshole.
That just makes me laugh extra because the dude's like, you know, like probably like slightly older or around the same age as my dad, and like just the way he's laughing about mooning him like and stuff sounds like my dad. So it's just that makes me chuckle a little extra bit. Like my dad was like a mooning him at one point and he was just trying not to laugh. It's like, you actually did that? Like what the fuck?
Like, holy shit.
So my dad's like not the most humorous person, you know, but like what he does is finally decide to say something funny. He's pretty funny.
He needs to be put into it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like if you brought him on to do a reaction with us, he'd probably just be watching the whole time, just sitting here like this, and he'd just be like, and then you get to like the one really funny part, and he'd be like,
yeah.
His other reaction most of the time would probably be because there's always language on reactions we do, and he'd be like, why you got to talk like that? And
My
like,
dad.
Why do I got to use words like that?
If I had my dad on here, which my dad's been in a couple videos that I've shown here on the channel, like when I was trying to build up the outpost back in the day, like when we were trying to get that place, but then the whole land dispute happened. Yeah, that was a whole thing.
I think that would be really funny if we could get my mom and dad to sit in on a reaction video just one time, though.
That would actually be kind of funny.
I just have to request that we don't show them anything too heinous.
Well, if anything, we'll like ask them, hey, what is music that you all liked when y'all were younger?
Yeah.
Like we'd watch like something akin to what they want. And my
Your
dad
would probably be like
thing.
Beatles.
I'd probably say the same thing with my dad, and he'd probably just be like Metallica.
I don't know about when she was younger, but I know my mom's a big Queen fan.
Oh, nice. All right.
But my dad's like, you know, mostly into country music and stuff, and then he does like the Beatles, okay.
That's good.
He likes Leonard Skinner, okay.
Skinner, baby.
He apparently wished he could play bass for Leonard Skinner.
Well, I mean, he probably would have had a chance after Leon Wilkinson passed away in the 90s.
Mm.
Yeah, he'd probably had a chance to join then.
Because he was like, I always kind of wished I could try out and play bass for him.
Yeah.
I was like, that was a pretty cool idea.
I want to mention John Hawk also donned the hockey mask for a few shots in the barn, and was covered in real night crawlers playing Jason in the opening graveyard scene. Pam goes to see Tommy in his hospital bed, where he takes out a knife and stabs her! And growls at her. But don't worry, everybody, this was just a dream. Unlike Neil and Les, though, since Pam is a real character who didn't really die, I won't put her on the count. Listen, it makes sense to me, okay? This ending, that Tommy's actor John Shepard helped come up with, features one more hallucination standing in TJ's hospital room. Actual Jason this time, not Roy Burns.
Yeah.
Roy walked around in a blue hockey mask, lacking Jason's red chevrons and the axe mark from Chris Higgins. Hallucin J-Man disappears, and Tommy takes out Roy's hockey mask. This sets us up for another ending that implies Tommy will go on to be a killer. But based on how he is in Friday 6, I won't count Pam as a kill here. I bet Tommy chickened out. Chicken? Bark, bark, bark. You told your parents you wanted Jason, and they told you they had Jason at home. Let's see how many kills Jason at home wound up with and get to the numbers.
Chocolate and bed sheets. Oh, that was good. That was good. I'll give props on that one.
Yeah.
God have mercy.
I counted 21 kills in Friday the 13th.
They aren't Dream Boys.
Yeah.
But he still got the spike in his neck, or the screwdriver in his neck. But
New beginning. 2 of them being Dream Dudes dying Dream deaths.
There's a lot of
all in
dudes
all,
and
15
a lot of
kills
people
were
went
of
down
guys,
this
while only 6 were of ladies. But before you say anything, consider the hypothetical pie chart for nude scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd pretty much be all red at that point.
For the runtime of 92 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 4.38 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Eddie. I love how nasty and painful it looks. Probably the best makeup effects in the movie, alongside Tina's eyes. Double machete for lamest kill will go to that Duke dude. You don't even know who he is when they find him, and his blood's
I probably, like he said, alongside Tina. Like honestly, I would have gave it to Tina just because I've always thought about like crazy ass ways they never kill people in movies and stuff, you know. And like that one was one that I was just like, oh man, because like getting stabbed in the eyes with both sides, and then your fucking like bridge of your nose chopped in half.
Your sinuses basically get like chopped in half.
That's one I wouldn't even thought of. Like that's a good one. Like I've thought about other crazy things, like what if someone's like Mortal Kombat style, what if they like grabbed you by like the top of your collarbone and just like ripped your sternum out of your chest?
Ooh, yeah.
Stuff like that.
Like a movie monster.
Or like grabbed you under your bottom ribs and just like peeled your rib cage open from side to side.
Oh yeah.
Like just stuff like that.
There's one that I had a long time ago.
I also always wanted to see someone rip someone's leg off, beat them with it, and then like break it in half to where it's like sharp bones, and then just stab it in their face.
There was one that I had when I told my friend about it. He literally like cringed, like ugh. It was, and here's the thing: it was in they threatened to do it in Samurai Champloo later, but it never happened. Like after I originally had the idea, basically your head's tied back, you're like, and you can't move. You can't like move it side to side. It's like got the braces on the side, and you're tied down at the chin and the top of your head, and basically they get dental bracers in there, like metal ones, like you can't bite through or break, and they get a metal funnel, and then they pour like glass. They pour like molten glass down your throat.
Ooh.
Yeah. That one I came up with, and he was just like, "Oh, dude, ugh." Like, and I'm just like, but what would be a scenario where a serial killer or someone or a monster would do that?
Some of my other interesting ideas did actually get used at a point. One of them in particular was Saw, which was injecting someone with a hypodermic needle full of acid.
Oh, that one? Yeah, that one happened. Was Saw.
It happened twice, actually. It happened both with the spikes in 5 or 6, like where he got hit by him at the end, and then it happened in it happened in Jigsaw with the actual syringe.
Yeah, because
he stabbed all 3 in the girl and then started melting her, you know. But it was more brutal on the previous one though. With the spikes,
yeah, because the dude's guts literally like melted
he
out.
just fucking melted.
Yeah, he basically was like bottom half was just gone.
The other one that I've always thought of, and this is the one that I've told you before, this is not a method of execution. This is a method of torture.
Yeah.
And it is too graphic to show in any horror movie because, you know, it's It's basically, imagine like, you know, you take a can of air, you turn it upside down, spray it on a surface, it freezes instantly.
Yes.
And imagine like that little tube that they got, if someone just stuck it up your urethra and just like up your pee hole, like froze the inside of your pee hole.
Here's the thing, I'm not discussing this shit because we're not going to be able to monetize it anyway.
Yeah.
But I think if you did it in like various places, like it's just like you opened up his eye and you sprayed it in his eye, he's like, and then, like, later on, you, like, spray it in his mouth, and he's like, then you go lower, and you do, like, inside of his navel, and you do it there, and then, lastly, it's like, there's only one other place we can go from here.
The only other thing that I can think of right now off the top of my head is I've always wanted to see a big fuck-off orc or ogre, something really large that can wield a big two-handed weapon like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Basically stab someone in the chest and lift them up and toss them up in the air and then just rear back and fucking baseball swing and either slice them in half or send them flying with the mace. Like they're a baseball. Like,
dude.
I think that would be kick-ass to see.
Hey, Vox Machina, are you watching?
Yeah. It's like, it would even be cool if they did it with a mace and it was from an angle where like they swing from like facing the camera. And you just get to see, like, the poof, and they just explode in a mist, like, all over the camera.
The blood and viscera all over the place, yeah. That'd
be brutal as shit.
Oh. And then we, like, cut to the characters that who's also in this party that just happened to, and they're just like... they get, like, covered in blood, and they're just like...
The rain. Fucking stupid. And that's it. Friday the 13th, A New Beginning was released in March of 1985. Though it did well at the box office, fans were not pleased. They wanted Jason, goddammit. Give us Jason! Paramount would do so with
I
the
remember
following
one
year's
more,
Part 6.
real quick. This one was more of a fantasy one. This is not really possible, but I just imagine always like a serial killer just like fucking taking two fingers and going wham up somebody's nose and then just going and like ripping their whole face off.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's like some that's messed up, dude.
Just
I remember like
get you by the nose and just go
I remember
your whole face off.
From Freddy versus Jason, like he's like, got your nose.
I mean, imagine like a really strong dude like Mortal Kombat, just like fucking just getting like a bowling ball, like stabbing you in the eye sockets and then fucking suplexing you by your eye sockets.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty brutal too.
Oh.
Jason Lives. I'll look at that next week, but until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
Next Kill Count. Sorry to interrupt the whole end of the video, James. I started having too much fun talking about creative ways to fuck people up.
That's fine. That's fine. Hell, it only adds to the runtime, which we're almost at an hour now. So anyway, Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. I was gonna say, for me, as a horror film, it's probably my least favorite Friday the 13th.
Paramount Pictures would like to formally apologize for the whole Roy Burns thing. We're sorry. Paramount values its viewers and is proud to announce the return of Jason Voorhees.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man. It's 2022. We want Jason Voorhees. Son of a bitch. But coming up on now, probably my next, like, the next one's probably my favorite Friday film. Part 6, Jason Lives. And
now see, like, I remember the first 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I think I remember the first 4 much better than I do 5 and 6. And then I stopped watching them after that. And I remember the beginning of 6 because I was like, oh, that's why he always, like, the back of his head always looks like rotten and shit, like he's a zombie and stuff. Because 6 is where he finally comes back from the dead as, like, zombie Jason. And that's the...
Yes.
That's the one that, in my opinion, because that's what I personally saw action figures of, like at Spencer's and even KB Toys, like when I was younger.
It's the most famous look of Jason.
Yeah, that's the more pop culture look.
And honestly, this is the first one that, like, a lot of people are just... for me, it's where it became more tongue-in-cheek, like, like Friday, or like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Like, it is so dumb, but... Like, I only really remember the beginning of it, and I just remember, other than that, it was dumb, and I actually quit watching them because of it. So, I don't know if I could say it's my favorite, but, like, I definitely do appreciate the finally getting to see the pop culture heavy
Jason Voorhees.
Jason image. You know?
Well, and for me, I would say the Tommy Jarvis, Tommy Jarvis's storyline in Part 6 is really good. There's a lot of plot points and a lot of kills in it, and a lot of just to me, it works so much better as a horror film with dry humor in it than this one, which is a dark humor film that turns into a horror film.
Yeah,
a dark comedy that turns into a horror film. And honestly, I think they found the balance pretty well.
This is almost like it would have worked better not being a mainline, but like a Jason spinoff film. Maybe.
Yeah.
If they had like told people from the beginning, like this is Friday the 13th. This is like a happening on Friday the 13th or something like that. Like
yeah,
something to make it clear that it was more of a spinoff film. I don't even know if spinoffs were really a thing back then.
Also, this is I think the first one that doesn't take place at Crystal Lake.
That's true too. Yeah.
Because I didn't see a lake once in this. I don't ever recall seeing a lake once.
And if I remember right, there's like a whole ass boat in the next film.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
A scene with a boat.
There's a huge, well, of course, because they go back to Crystal Lake. They go back to Crystal Lake, and there's a huge scene with Jason out in the water with Tommy, and it's a really great scene, and it has one of my favorite not kills, but one of my favorite maulings of Jason, because
here's the problem we're about to run into is I'm gonna have to watch some more Friday the 13th films soon, because if we're gonna keep watching this series, I only got one more movie I've actually seen so far, and I don't like spoilers. So
and that's fair. If we have to stop and then we watch Part 7 and Jason Takes Manhattan, which dumbest one probably I would say. I would say 8 and 9 are probably the worst ones on this back half. And
I've heard Jason X is pretty fucking stupid too.
Jason X is dumb.
Well, Jason X is one of those films it's really dumb, but back when it came out, and all of my friends that actually watched horror movies, because I didn't watch them yet when it came out, they were talking about it, and as little kids, in middle school and shit, they were like, it was awesome,
Well,
it was so cool.
It's because they've accepted by Jason X, they've accepted, yeah, this is fucking dumb. But you know what? Let's just go all out with it. Let's literally end this franchise with something so dumb and so epic that they won't be able to make another one. And in terms of the main line of the Friday the 13th films, they haven't. Jason X is the last of the mainline Friday the 13th films, and then they rebooted it in 2009.
And then most likely before we watch the reboot Kill Count, I'm gonna have to rewatch that too, because I don't remember jack shit about that.
I know that there's one.
Or maybe I won't, and I'll just be like, I don't care unless you watch it.
There's one death in it that pisses me off, but well, it is what it is.
I remember Freddy vs. Jason more than I remember the reboot.
Fair enough.
But the reboot is
the other thing. Freddy
the
versus
reboot's
Jason,
the only other Jason movie I've seen. So.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna have to end this because I kind of have to take a BRB. So.
Okay. Well, thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. This is Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, Kill Count Recount by Dead Meat. If you all enjoyed, let us know in the comments down below what you think. And if you want to see more from Dead Meat, click their name in the title of the video. If you want to see more from us, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. And until next time, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
See you later, everybody. Peace.
Back, turn back, right, lights, be so rough. Time just tough. Life stays down.